There are 6 important components in a presentation. First one is opening, the last one is closing. Obviously, in opening, you'll have to introduce yourself. The one who introduces himself good is a good presenter, because the audience knows what this person is going to speak about, what this person personally is, and what is his background. It must not take more than 30 seconds for you to explain what the opening is. After that comes the second part, which is voice modulation. Modulate your voice or bring your voice to a level where everybody can first listen to you. Next is where your audience can feel comfortable. You'll have to make sure when you are talking about something very energetic, you have to be very energetic. When you're talking about something that is very low in energy, then you have to make sure you bring calmness to your voice. That is voice pitch and modulation. After that comes the next part, that is your body language. Your body language has to be something. If it needs to be high pitch of voice, it should be good and active body language. If it needs to be very calm and composed, you have to be like, make sure that you are not telling that you are at them that you are anxious. Your audience will judge you from this thing. If you have a pen in your hand, if you have a mic in your hand, you will be like doing this one thing. And if you're doing it like this in front of your audience, you're just pushing your pen like this, it means yes, you are nervous. Then comes the next part, that is your research part. Your research, it is something that is the base of your presentation. Make sure the base of your presentation is good. Research in a very great manner that you can for the presentation. It's like if you compile around 30 minutes of data, you definitely can speak for like 3 or 5 minutes on that data. Make sure you do good amount of research. One. Then comes the part where you are preparing slides. When you're preparing slides, make sure these slides are not cramped up. These slides have to be in a manner where there is much room for the data. Along with that, there are not much data for them to read. Right? It's you who will be the presentation. It's not the slide which will be the presentation. It's just a presentation slide. You are the presentation. You are presenting the data. Make sure you read that data, you tell them the data, but do not copy data directly from somewhere, or do not read from the slides. It's like you're looking backward, you're reading the slide and you're telling the audience is not going to look at you. You are losing the attention of the audience and you are losing the points there. And at last comes the closing part. Make sure the closing is conclusive. Make sure while you are going back to your seat from the podium or the stage, you are in the mind of your audience that yes, this guy just killed it, just nailed it. Make sure you nail the presentation to the best ever possible style. These are your 5 minutes. You have to make sure these 5 minutes are the best 5 minutes. Every aspect of this presentation contains 2 points, maximum of 2 points. It's like if it is 6-pointer, that is your opening, your closing, then the body language, then the voice modulation, and the research and the slide part. If you have 6 points out there, it means you are having 12 points to you. Make sure you don't lose those points. If you stay silent, you're losing points. If you are not speaking good, you're losing your points. If you're not speaking worthy things in next 5 or 7 minutes of presentation, you're losing your points. Make sure you don't lose your points. So going forward, that is how we conclude the slide part. Thank you.